Hi.
Hey Dora, how's it going?
Hey,
Good.
Dora, how
How
you
are you?
doing?
Hi.
I mean, Dora, when you look at this team, you guys have so much experience and you guys are still kind of young at the same time too. I mean, obviously you're a senior, but how exciting is it to have this team kind of run it back another year with all the starting five?
We're really excited. Last year we felt like we kind of fell short, and we're still kind of angry about it, and we're trying to win it this year. We're really excited.
I mean, I know obviously it's been a long time since that championship, the whole thing, when you guys lost in the semifinals. I mean, is that mentality and that chip on your shoulder still there and it's still burning?
Oh, 100%. I think it took me like a month, if not even two, to recover from that. I was watching film, and I kept going over the things that we could do better individually and as a team. And I think we already improved on some things, and we're in the gym, we're working. I think next year it's going to be a lot better.
I mean, you look at your play last year, you played really well. I mean, what do you hope to do this year as a senior?
I think play even better and try to help my teammates be a leader, be a good influence, and lead with an example, and try to, I don't know, try to motivate people, including myself.
Obviously you've been in the gym throughout this whole time, I'm sure, but does it feel nice to have like the first step of you finally have your first official practice today?
Yeah, I think like it makes us a little bit more optimistic to as if we are going to have a season. Making it official, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's sounding pretty good. We might get there finally, because there's been a long break with the quarantine and everything. So we're just happy to be back and keep working towards our goal.
I mean, I know you love having fans, you love pumping them up with, I know you're always trying to gesture to them saying get louder and things like that. I mean, how different is that home court going to be when you look at the stands and it might be empty or a couple fans?
I think it's definitely going to be different. We're used to having Reed being loud and hyping us up, but it's just something that we're going to have to get used to and be there for each other as a team, and helping being the team has to be loud, the bench has to be loud, and we have to be there to motivate each other whenever we get down.
Thanks, Dor.
Thank you. Coach, too.
Hey. Oh, Dora.
Oh, she has questions.
I'm back.
Hey.
Sorry.
How are you doing? How have you been?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
So I'm good.
Good.
Obviously you've always been a leader on this team, but going into this year as a senior, do you feel like you're going to have to step up your leadership goals at all?
I think so, but also having Steffi back on the court, it's going to be easier. And for us seniors, me, Delaney, and Steffi, and then, of course, with help of Callie, I think it's going to be we're going to distribute it evenly. We're going to take on different roles, and I think it's going to be a lot easier this year.
Yeah. I'm assuming you guys, even when you weren't together, you guys were all communicating via phone or social media or anything. Do you guys feel like you've grown closer as a team almost just during this hard time?
I think so. Like when we were away during the first few weeks of quarantine, we all went home and we were kind of doing our own thing. But then we came back June 1st, and we've been here since in Pocatello, and we've been hanging out and trying to do as much as we can to keep the chemistry going and keep getting to know each other even on a deeper level, and just being like we've always been close, but I think this quarantine has kind of even brought us together even more.
Yeah. What are some personal goals you have for yourself this season?
I think just being in what I was last year in every way I can, and defensively, shooting wise, and being a better leader, and sometimes like trying to not letting the emotions get the best of me, and trying to keep my head in the game as long as I can.
Yeah. You've been part of this program for a couple of years now. What is your relationship been with the new girls coming on the team this year?
I think I've learned a lot from the seniors when I was here, Taylor, Maddie, Zai, and I'm trying to do what they taught me. I'm trying to get some team activities happening on the weekend so we get to know each other and hang out as much as we can, because it's not just on how we get along on the court. It's about if we're getting along off the court, of course, the chemistry on the court is going to be even better.
Yeah. Thank you, Dora.
Thank you. Am I good to leave now?
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Coach.
Good.
Good to see you.
I like the mask.
Oh, yeah, thanks. We got a ton of them, but this is the only one that fits my big head. So this or a medical mask. Yeah.
So, Coach, I mean, obviously, you return a lot of players, and then you added some key recruits that you like. How do you find minutes for everyone?
Well, that's a good problem, right? I think it just adds to our depth. And, if we can sub even our starting five, they're going to play better instead of having to play as many minutes. And so whoever the starting five ends up being, I think we have a chance to be even better because of this depth. And I think our personalities on the team are such that they'll understand, other people playing. I really feel good that our team is just interested in winning.
I mean, you look at your guards. I mean, I think your guards are tremendous. You look at the roster already, and then you add in Estefania back from injury. How fun is that going to be to have her back on the court?
Oh, great. I mean, it was just heartbreaking last year, the way she went down in her injury at Arizona State. And you just felt for her because you don't ever want to end your last year like that, And, it was a lot of work by her and our compliance people to get her extra year of eligibility. But I'm really happy for her.
I mean, last year, I remember during the press conference, you said Tamika was one of those players that she's going to be a star in the Big Sky for years to come. But what do you hope to see from her in this next year?
Well, just continue to grow and develop and to get stronger in the weight room. She's a tall, skinny kid, and her getting a little bit stronger, I think will help her. And she has been dedicated to that. And she's a great person. She'll do anything you ask her to do. And she wants to be good at basketball. She wants to be a student. So she really works at it. But I think she just needs to continue to improve and just know where she fits in and know when she can really apply her talents, like picking and choosing the right moments to just, create her own shot because she has that ability.
I mean, when you look at you're creating schedules and all that stuff, and does it feel nice to have that first day of practice officially here? And do you ever think you'll get to this point? Yeah,
it's nice to have the first day. We don't know who our first game's going to be. The schedules are just a hot mess right now. But, to finally officially practice, it's a little different than normal years just because we have been practicing. The NCAA increased our hours a week, and so we've been practicing a little bit more than normal. But we're going to get a little bit closer to the 25th and actually playing someone else.
I mean, you have to deal with the scheduling conflicts and who you're playing and COVID. I mean, how crucial is it to just be able to adapt on the fly, especially this year?
Oh, man, it's day to day. That's what you have to be able to do is just can you adjust and adapt day to day? Because it seems like whether it's with your job or practices or COVID protocols that come out or whatever it is, different every day. And so if you're an uptight person that can't adjust, then you're going to have a hard time. But if you can kind of go with it and play by the rules of the day, you're going to feel a lot better.
Last one from me. I mean, when you get your season started, are you going to want to just throw those starting five in and have them play, or are you going to try to alternate minutes and try to find who can plug and play?
I don't know 100% know yet. I want to get going in practices and try different things in practice, try different lineups, and see how it all kind of shakes out. It's hard to say right now.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.
Hey, Coach. So you've been doing this a long time. Obviously, you've been with this team for a couple of years now. And do you feel like you and the girls are going into this season more motivated than years past?
I don't know. That's hard to say, because we're always pretty motivated. We always feel like we have a chance to have a good year, whatever you want to call good, but Yeah, I think that there is a desire and a feeling that maybe we could take it a little bit further this year. A lot of things have to play. A lot of things have to fall into place. Injuries impact things like that, and COVID could impact a lot of things. But we're confident. We're a pretty good team.
Yeah. Do you think that because of COVID, are you having to do drills or practice any differently this year?
Well, there's a lot that's different, especially with wearing masks every day in practice. We have to wear masks all over campus. Getting adjusted and finding the right mask that you're comfortable practicing in is been an adjustment. A lot of sanitizing in practice, after practice, hand sanitizer. At times when things are spiking, we have to limit the number of groups, or limit the number of people that are in groups, and so it's been a lot of adjusting. And even with weekly tests, it's an adjustment. You kind of hold your breath every time you test, because you could be one of those really ace people that all of a sudden turn up positive. And so it's been obviously a very unusual year because of that.
Looking for kind of a silver lining in all this COVID craziness, do you feel like just with people not having as much things to do that you've had more times to really invest in recruits coming in?
You know what? Yeah, we can't give any details about recruiting or who we've recruited or the commitments we have, but our recruiting is looking very good this year. I'm excited about it. We're going to add 3-4 new players that improve our post play, that deepen our guard play, that give us a little bit more depth at the wing. So it's gone really well for us. It's been non-traditional. We haven't been able to get out and recruit, but fortunately it was a group of people that we had seen when they were younger. So we feel good about who we have commitments from.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.
I have another one follow-up.
Sure.
I mean, obviously you've been to the finals and won championships plenty of times. Do you know when you have a championship team at the beginning of the year, or does it kind of just develop over time, or when do you kind of have that?
It develops. Yeah, it develops. But there's been years where, in 2012 we won a championship. Then you kind of knew we were one of the best teams, even though back then the Big Sky was really good, like top to bottom. There were 0 nights off. It was really tough. That was a really tough year. Not to say that the Big Skies is soft now, but it's different. And then the years that we made it, into the championship game of the conference tournament, I didn't expect it. We just put it in another gear and played really well late. And so it's hard to say. It's hard to say. And the championship teams I was a part of at UC Riverside when I was an assistant there, the first one was a big surprise, our first championship there, because we started 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores. And so there's no formula. There's nothing I could say right now, like, yeah, we're going to be really good. Like, I think we have a chance to be good, but you never know.
And then really quick about scheduling too. I know the Big Skies would have a thing where you play the same opponent for the 2 games, whether you're on the road or the home. I mean, how is that going to be for you guys? Is it kind of one of those things that you have to deal with, or do you like it? How is that going to be?
I think that scheduling model has a good chance to get approved, but it's not fully approved. So I think most likely that's what's going to happen, but it's not ideal. Everybody once on the road and get them once at home. And so it's a little tougher, but if you want to be one of the better teams, you've got to win at home and on the road. So we'll have to figure out if we want to be one of the better teams.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks.